All I'm saying is it's interesting the difference between men and women. Like when the man and the woman get caught by the bad guy,
right.
The man gets hung up and down, and somebody takes a soldering iron to his ball sack. Like we get our fingernails pulled out with lineman dikes or needle nose pliers. We get the shit beat out of us. The women have tons of sex. If you think about it. Now, it's called rape, but what I'm saying is...
Oh, Lord.
No, but hear me out.
No, go. You're on a roll. Keep going.
What if they just...
rape, quote,
what if somehow the guy who caught you was dyslexic? He's like, woman, you're going to be hung upside down. Guys, you'll be doing a lot of fucking. A lot of fucking. And I'm talking about a different partner every day.
Because that's what dyslexia is.
I'm just saying, is there anything where the fucking torture... What I'm saying is have been so diametrically opposed. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is if we're both just dudes who are members of Al-Qaeda,
right.
You'd go to one room and get waterboarded. I'd go another room and get battery jumper cables put on my nutsack. But it's not like I'd go another room and start fucking.
Probably not.
You see what I'm saying?
Not,
That's the number one thing. It's probably part of the torture. Guess what you'd like to be doing right now? Like number one on a guy's list, even when he's completely free and gets to do whatever he wants, is fucking, right? That's what you get as a chick in every one of these movies. I mean, it's, you get repeatedly raped, but you're having a lot of sex.
True.
I'm saying
no one can argue with that.
They would never threaten a ton of sex with strangers.
Maybe there would be a type of sex in a type of circumstance that you would hate or would be so excruciating that it could be your
arguably
punishment.
Some men might be privy to that.
Sure.
Oh, no. They could come up with a position and a certain fella.
And a certain orifice.
And a certain...
Even certain objects.
And certain... Oh, no, I'm not... They could... Believe me. These people could come up with something that would offend my sensibilities.
Got it.
And I would not be a fan of. All I'm saying is they don't come up with bizarre ways to have sex with the chicks. They just have multiple partners and lots of them.
Right, and that's
in a conventional sexual manner. So, and who knows? Maybe a position you may enjoy if it were with George Clooney. Right. So I'm just saying it's weird that if we both get, Alison, if you and I both get caught, I'm going off to one room to have bamboo shoots put under my fingernails.
Right, and I'm getting romance.
And you're getting romance. You're being wined, dined, and 69 by a whole bunch of fucking eligible guards.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what if it was the other way around? That's all I'm saying. What if someone pointed at me and went, you're going to fuck a bunch of strangers?
It's a fair point.
Who are relatively young and in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Eligible guards.
Young, eligible guys.
Totally.
Play your cards right.
That's a reality show right there.
Henchmen are well-built. They're usually in their 20s or 30s. It's not like, oh, you see the gut on that henchman?
Henchman. Is there a moat at this place?
There's a screwball comedy in the midst of this.
Yes.
Dude.
With Adam Sandler playing a female. And,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Take me to have sex with your henchman. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, these guys, if you look at henchmen in movies, look at somebody, I give you an example. I'll prove my point right now. I will.
Please do.
How dare you.
Hand of God. Pull up Roadhouse. Pull up the dude in the choker who fought Patrick Swayze. He was one of the henchmen who was Ben Gazzara's henchman guy. He's a guy in this way. Oftentimes, these guys are pretty fucking easy on the eyes. Mm-hmm. And because part of your henchman duties is fist fighting and kicking guys in the side of the head and stuff, you spend a fair bit of the time in the gym and the dojo, working out. Let's take a look at this guy. He's got his shirt undone down to his navel. Mm-hmm. He's wearing denim.
Hey, as far as henchmen go, you could do worse.
Totally.
All right, so him and a bunch of his like-built friends want to have sex with you for a couple afternoons?
So, they wouldn't start with him. That would be like when you really, not when they're trying to break you. It would get worse.
I'm just saying, that or hung upside down and someone puts soldering iron on your genitalia.
Oh, my God, henchmen all the way.
Thank
henchmen,
you.
I would totally go
Thank
henchmen.
you, ladies. Thank you.
Point
I think
proven.
Yeah,
for sure.
Game, set, match. LegalZoom. You guys could sue these henchmen if they ever got
Where does that
frisky
term
with
come
you.
from? What is the hench?
Right. I don't know.
What were they doing with a hench?
Now Now we're going to have to find out about the hench. You look it up. I'm going to tell you about LegalZoom. You can protect your family from the henchman, protect your business from the henchman. It turns, you have affordable solutions. You can trust it. LegalZoom.com, helping families and businesses get their personal legal protection for 12 years. And since I said that 2 days ago, over 12 years. Incorporate a business, form an LLC, or get a will, living trust, all at LegalZoom. LegalZoom.com.
LegalZoom is not a law firm. You can get self-help services at your specific direction, or you can speak to a legal plan attorney to get your questions answered and get ongoing advice before another year passes. Cross a couple of things off your New Year's checklist today at LegalZoom.com and save money while doing it. Enter Adam in the referral box at checkout for even more savings at LegalZoom.com.
All right, so henchman referred originally to one who attended on a horse for his employer. There's a horse groom, hench.
So what, horse is hench? That still doesn't, give you the,
Either way, before you knew it, these guys are putting pillowcases on their heads and going around and lynching people. And now we have posses. It's weird that here it is, 2013. We've gotten rid of the henchman, but we kept the posse. Although only black people have posses now.
You're sort of bringing back henchmen, though.
I may be bringing it back, yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought it was passe.
Yes, Rhea, what do you think? Hammed? Yeah, it's Old English. Yeah, it means horse.
I like that you said that when the first time you heard it. So someone else said it and you corrected them? It's not when you read it and you said passe. You heard it, posse, and went, no, passe.
No, I didn't. No, I heard a teacher. You know, teachers who have this habit of using phrases that you have never heard, but they were probably popular when that person was young. So
yes, I had those who are eager for the fray.
Exactly. Actually, it was from a teacher that I first heard the term round heels, meaning someone who's a slut because your heels tip back.
Oh, that's such a good one.
It's really good.
So
anyway, another teacher, an English teacher, would always talk about how if something happens, she's going to round up a posse.
Oh, really?
And yeah, we're going to round up a posse. I don't know what you do with once you have it rounded up, but that's when I was like, oh, that's the word that in my head I've been pronouncing passe all this time.
There used to be a stand-up comedian. I don't know who it is. I just remember seeing it on TV when I was a kid. It made me laugh. And he said, he was explaining the posse. He's like, everybody, get in, gather around, get in the center of town, get around. All right, now spread out. I always laughed when I heard that. I was 13, but I still thought it was funny.
Dude, it's a good bit.
It is a good bit. All right, where the fuck were? Oh, by the way, horse, specifically stallion. So you're having sex with a stallion while I'm being tortured in the next room.
That's the best one to have sex with, horse-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Horse-wise, for sure.
I like you bringing back henchmen. Could we, instead of being your sidekicks, we be your henchmen?
Yeah.
Fine.
And women, of course.
Yeah,
great.
I need you to have sex with women I capture.
Oh, if I must.
But you do get to ride horses to work.
Yeah. By the way, the henchman, the part where you're throwing yourself in front of bullets and arrows and stuff like that, that's the bad part.
Sure.
But the part where you get to rape repeatedly the hot chick who they've captured, there's got to be a line at the, you know what I mean? Like cops, like LAPD, when they draw, the bad stuff is going down and working the gang crash unit down in South Central, but the good one is working on the sets of the movies that they're shooting at night, where you're just leaning, your first one in line at craft service and sitting on your fucking hog all night just doing that. That's a good...
As far as henchman duties go.
Yeah, that's taking a bullet for the man, not a good gig. Raping Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Right.
Or
Kerry Washington.
Or Kerry Washington, yeah. It's a pretty good gig.
Do they have to tell their girlfriends, like when it's actors, that it's just work, that they're not into it and stuff?
Yeah.
They're like, it's just for the job.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't even want to rape Catherine Zeta-Jones.
The food was awful. It was the long hours.
Look, first off, okay, yes, I had to come on the tits. That is a signature move of mine. Secondly, how do I know when I'm done? I mean, I'm going to be accused of going half hench. Only giving, I give 110 hench%, you know what I mean? And, the boss finds out that I just gave half a raping, a light raping, a Reader's Digest raping.
No, people
you know
will
what I mean? once
talk.
word gets around the Hench cafeteria, I don't need that kind of bad buzz. That's what happened to Steve. He ain't in the Hench business anymore. You understand? So I let one go for the team. That's all. It's part of my deal, and when you recite the Hench oath, it comes on the territory.
Qualifications. Rape, murder, arson, and rape.
You said rape twice.
I like rape.
Joke they could never tell again, but funny. First time I heard it in Blazing Saddles when I was 10 or 11 years old. All right. Oh, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he had plans for you, right? Because he's one of these guys.
Menacing.
To string me up. To,
Well, no, I mean, he wanted you to. My dad didn't give a shit what I did, but he didn't give a shit what he did either. But your dad gave a shit what he did.
Yeah,
so thus he must give a shit what.
He didn't. He never actually talked to my sister, or I have an older sister, about going into the government.
No, but going into something, right?
Yes and no. My dad was a painter as well, and
wow.
And he talked to me a lot more about painting, and I still do paint, and I
really,
yeah, and I had just started acting when he actually passed away. I know that's not an upper for the show.
And all he painted was miniature cameras?
No, he actually painted like all escapism Americana, and
Just
like
exit signs.
No, like like cowboys on horseback, like this very
the
like
posse.
Yeah, literally escapism
the
riding
passe.
across the frontier. The passe, a lot of round heels, a lot of that. Yeah, so I think that's what he did as the sort of other outlet to the other side of that. I have charcoal drawings he was doing during the Tet Offensive, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was in country.
Yes, he was.
He was in NAM. How many tours did he do?
I don't even know the details about that one, but I know
but
he
was
in
in on the
Tet
Tet Offensive. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I heard his voice over the radio. I mean, read his voice over the radio transcripts from when they realized that they're going to be attacked in the non-combat zone.
Wow.
It's pretty horrifying.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is some really hairy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody never spoke about it?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No. How about
See,
your
I'm the
dad?
opposite.
What'd your dad do?
Well, he's the opposite. He never went to Vietnam, but it's all he discussed.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about being in country.
Dude, that's awesome.
Talking about taking out a whole village with his hands. Talking about something called Comfort Girls, which I was too young to really understand at the time. He said you have to do what you have to do to get by. Yeah, a lot of talk. He said he smoked pot out of a shotgun barrel and a human skull.
Part of the Tet Offensive or Vietnam.
Was he changed when he came back from not leaving?
He had a 4,999 yard stare. He wouldn't quite get the 5,000 yard stare. He said, "I'm stopping at 4." And I said, "We're Corollas. We don't go." I said, "Dad, what about the 5,000 yard stare?" 4,999, son.
So you would just back up a little bit for him to be out of his gaze.
Yeah, I'd just stand at 5,000 yards. That's where he stare. People call him Baby Killer when he got back to the States, although he never left Pennsylvania. But
But he was really forthcoming with the information. You wouldn't have to draw it out of him or anything.
That's true.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He liked to talk about it, is what I'm saying.
He didn't even need flashbacks. It was like right in the forefront.
Yeah. Every time he heard a helicopter, he went, "Huh? Oh, yeah." And then he would freak out. Yeah.
Delayed freak out.
Yeah. So that's all he spoke of. Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we do a little bit of the news?
Yes, but I have to tell you that I just also remembered that I used to think pussy was pussy.
Pussy?
I thought that too.
I could do that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's because I'd read it in Truly Tasteless Jokes. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I always said pussy.
I was going to say that Judy Blume book Forever, but it probably was not in that.
I read that too, though. And but no.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely thought it was pussy, for sure. Yes.
Maybe it should be.
I wonder what the henchmen have to do when it comes to the rape torture if, it's that time of the month
little,
or there's an
not so fresh.
infection. And after what most of these women have gone through, they're probably not as fresh as they could be. A lot of horseback riding, a lot of running through swamps and things like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe you wouldn't.
Stress
I
and
mean,
nerves.
if there was already a lot of like mayhem going on, they might not be able to tell that was different blood. Maybe it was just a mess.
I would send in.
It's so gross and true.
I'd find the guy who was lowest down on the henchman totem pole and get him in there and, clean up aisle her kind of thing. And then I would come in and do my business
Like
as
with
a
some
henchman.
industrial douche or something? What's
Yeah,
happening?
like what's the investigative
Yeah.
process?
Something you get from Smart and Final.
And lowest down, do you mean like you're talking the other segment, like little people?
I'm not a doctor. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like more conveniently.
No. But
right
there's
at
rookie.
the
There's the
level?
rookie henchmen. The freshmen. The guys that are rushing the henchman frat.
Sure.
That guy.
Pledges.
Pledges.
You think-
Otter. Guys
Plebes.
like that.
You think there was
Flounder.
some tacit agreement between the raper, the henchman, and the victim, or the concubine, where it's like, oh boy,
Concubine.
what are we going to do here? I tell you what, you act like you've just had the worst raping of your life.
Oh, you mean
and I'll act really
when they're
satisfied.
not feeling so fresh?
Exactly. Some
Interesting.
tacit agreement where it's like, all right, we're going to pretend like this happened.
Yeah, or what about the rare gay henchman who's been sitting on this secret for a long time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be like a great Ferdinand the Bull
And
style.
yeah.
Like he just won't rape.
And he'd have to make excuses. Like, he'd be like, oh, man, I'm all raped out. I'm all tired from raping. I'm all chafed and tired. You go ahead, Stu. Brad, you...
And normally I can't get enough rape.
Yeah, I
you know
mean,
me. I'm like, woo, Mr.
She
Rape.
is so lucky I didn't spend a long weekend raping. Otherwise, I'd be on that shit. I tapped that shit. But fine, I pulled my groin pretty good. I mean, they make fun of it, but I was so...
Raping women.
I was raping so hard,
Even
over the
on the off day.
weekend.
Yes, I just
I pulled a muscle. But you know what? You guys go ahead and rape without me. I'll be...
Go on without me.
I'll just hit clean up in the rape department. Just go ahead and rape away. And then, who's going on a kookaroo run or something? I'll meet you guys over there. Don't worry, I'll give a good raping.
Oh, believe me, I'm jealous. I'm very jealous of all of you.
Yeah, and I could get in first, but first off, there'd be nothing left when I was done with it. Go ahead. And, Frank, you mind if I stare at your ass in the back of your ball sack while you're raping? No, just to pick up some rape tips.
Just
'cause you're
supervising.
I'm just spotting you.
Just spotting.
For a guy who talks a good rape game, you don't do a lot. I haven't seen
you know what? I'll just cup your nuts here, take a little of the pendulous weight off there, let you get your rape on just a little bit better.
Just helping.
For a guy who talks a good rape game, I have not seen you do a lot of raping. I've heard of you talk about raping a lot.
Yeah, I know you. I believe saw the Colt Roundup calendar hanging in my henchman locker.
Yeah,
and I know you had a lot of questions about that. You had a lot of questions about it. Well, first off, I don't look at the nude pictures of the dudes. I just look at the actual dates. And a calendar's a calendar to me.
Sure.
Number one. Number two, the whole ball cupping thing, that I'm helping you rape. You understand? This is like, look, when we go to the gym
Yeah.
and occasionally I spot you while you're doing bench press and sometimes my balls fall in your mouth, that's not gay. I'm spotting you. You understand?
Individually, you're making a good case for each one of these things, but you have to realize, altogether, they make it.
Okay.
You can make a case.
Okay. I will occasionally have sex with a dude. Why? Who's harder to rape than a dude? I'm
that's a
fucking
good
just
point.
I'm
building rape
practicing.
skills.
I'm honing my boning and raping skills on a dude. Know what I mean? Like, if you're here's what I'm saying. If you're middleweight, you should be sparring with light heavyweights and cruiserweights. Those guys are bigger than you. They pack a bigger punch. That's in order to get in shape for the guy who's in. So my thing is, like, I rape dudes in order to build up my rape stamina so that this 120-pound chick is nothing. That's a fucking rape in the park for me.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's like a batting donut. Like a raping donut. Like I'm in the on-deck circle. The extra weight. I'm not going to go up to the plate with the extra weight on the bat. But
It makes the bat feel
makes
light.
it feel heavier, and then it gets lighter all of a sudden.
Right,
That's
I
what
gotcha.
happens, dude. And I know you walked in when the dude was giving it to me in a keister, and that I don't want to discuss. Now,
I was
moving
going to
on.
ask you about that, but
Yeah.
I was going to pursue the issue further.
Yeah,
but
let's not.
Now that you make a good case against it,
Yeah.
I could let it go.
You know what? I feel like we've been doing a lot of talking about raping, but not so much raping. Sweetie, what do you... She agrees that she feels like she's being ignored here in this rape.
It's a good point. And when she agrees, we're really
All right,
falling
let's
behind.
get back. I'll cup your nutsack, and I'll meet you over at Kukuru.
You're not going to do the raping.
No, I am going to do the raping. I just want you guys to get a head start. You head out.
All right. I mean, that's really cool. Again, very cool of you to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Thank you. Sorry.
News?
Yeah.
The news with Alison Rosen.